Hey everyone, I'm here to finally do another review. It's been a while since I've done a review. Yeah, so I'm going to start doing some 2014 reviews whenever I have the chance to. And I've already started writing down albums that of 2014 that I've been liking, been loving, that are definitely going to make my list at the end of the year for mostly metal, but hopefully I can make my list, hopefully I can make my list, all genres, because I don't only listen to metal, I listen to a lot of different types of music. And but for now, it's going to be mostly a metal list because that's what this channel is mainly for, just progressive metal in general. But yeah, so we're going to start. My hair looks so awkward, I don't give a shit. This is music that we're talking about. And since I'm sporting this band today, Animals as Leaders, I just thought I would do a review of their their new amazing album entitled The Joy of Motion, the new 2014 release. So, we're going to go in track by track. But first off, let me give you some background. Animals as Leaders is, if you don't know them, they're a progressive instrumental band who mixes a lot of very beautiful parts with a lot of heavy parts, and it just all really goes well together. And they're one of my favorite bands in this genre. They're very good. They're very amazing, very talented. Tosin Abasi, Javier Reyes, and their new drummer, Matt Gartzka. All fantastic musicians, and they've all their side projects and stuff are awesome. Naveen K was awesome when he was in the band. He's still awesome. And they're amazing live. They're just, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. Fourth favorite band of all time. And they released an album this year, The Joy of Motion, very early this year, and it's already at the top of my list. So we're going to go in track by track. The first song is called Cascade, which is one that they played live for a while, and I got to see live. Yeah, and it was awesome. But this song is a very good intro to the album. Kind of gives you a feel for the album, especially since, if this song is a very, signature Animals as Leaders. Like, it has a lot of the thumb slapping. It has a lot of just qualities that an Animals as Leaders song usually has. It's a very good intro. The beginning chords are absolutely beautiful, and it's just a great intro for the whole record. It's amazing. The second song is the second song that was released from the album, called Lippincott, and it's a very beautiful song. It starts off, it kind of has a weird sound, like the weird chords and stuff, but they sound very cool. They mix very well. There's a lot of groove in the song. There's a lot of awesome leads. And harmony too. A little bit into the song, you'll hear a lot of really good harmony with the leads, and a lot of good harmony with the chords in general, and just the groovy parts are awesome too. And this is just a really well structured song, one of my favorites on the album by far, one of the softer ones. I'm usually one who likes the softer side of Animals as Leaders, but yeah, this song is a really good example. The next song is Air Chrysalis, I think that's how you pronounce it, Chrysalis, which is another really beautiful song. It has once again, it starts off with really beautiful chords. And there's this really, really beautiful part, halfway in, that's really beautiful. I don't know how to explain it, but you can't really explain Animals as Leaders. That's the thing. They're the type of instrumental band that will take your mind somewhere else. You can close your eyes, you can just imagine. The music makes you imagine things. Like, you could be in class or something, you could be talking to someone, and you can still listen to this album and picture that you're not in the same world. You feel completely in a new area, and that's what I love with their albums. All three of their albums, they always take you somewhere new. There's always a new discovery to be found. It's beautiful. What they do with their music really just takes you, and it just takes you wherever it wants you to go, basically. And your mind pictures all these things, and it makes you envision all these things. And this album, all of their albums definitely do that. And Air Chrysalis, it's a beautiful song, it really is. And the next song, which is my favorite by far, Another Year, has one of the most catchy, most beautiful, most fun, happy, warm, welcoming intros and riffs, whatever. I guess you can consider it a riff. It's so jazzy, and it's so good. It's seriously one of the best things I've ever heard by this band, by far. I remember I saw a video of him testing out a guitar, and I remember he played this tune, and I was like, I really like that. I hope it's on the new record. And it was, and I was freaking out. I was fangirling in my dining room while everyone was asleep. I was being all quiet, but I was still cheering inside my head. And this song has literally been on replay since the day it came out. It's a beautiful song, and it's really happy, and it's really nice. If you ever want to check out a song from this album, definitely check this one out. Even though it doesn't really give you that much of a feel for what Animals as Leaders is, even though it does if you're a bigger fan. I definitely feel like this is one that anyone can listen to, even if you're not a fan of metal or them in general. It's a very good song. And the next one, which is another one that they played live earlier, that I got to see as well, Physical Education, which is probably the grooviest, one of the heaviest songs on the whole record. It's awesome. And there's a really pretty part that was in the sampler, or in the teaser, not the sampler. And that's what got me really excited for the song. And when I heard it live, it was that I almost started crying. It's really beautiful. And the song is absolutely awesome. It's just so, and it has a lot of my culture in it. It sounds very Arabic-ish. Yeah, so I'm not exactly Arabic, but you know, it's a good song. Check it out. It's really awesome. And so is the next song, which is probably another one of the heaviest, Tooth and Claw. It was the first song that was released from the album. And I didn't like it at first, and then it started to grow on me, like, as I was going to see them live, and I just got really excited, and I started falling in love with it, and I realized that it is kind of like Animals as Leaders. For a while, I was like, that is not Animals as Leaders. There's breakdowns and stuff, like, they barely ever have breakdowns. But it's definitely a good song. It's one of the heaviest, and it's very good. And the next song, Crescent, is another really pretty one. It's softer. It starts off with a really weird intro, like with a it sounds like weird. It's really weird synth stuff. But it goes into a really cool thumb slapping intro, and then the leads come in, and then it just gets awesome. And later, like he did in that video I was talking about with the Another Year thing, I noticed that he started using like the strings as like a harp, and that was in this song. It's really pretty. Has an awesome outro, and it flows perfectly into the future that awaited me, which is kind of like, if you like On Impulse or Somnarium by this band, you'll definitely get into this. David, even, you'll really get into this song. It has a lot of the same tune, actually. A lot of it kind of seems like it's inspired from those songs, but while it is still the same, it's still very good, very relaxing and beautiful. And those two songs, Crescent and The Future That Awaited Me, are really good ones. Definitely not my favorites on the album, but they flow well into each other, and they're very beautiful. And the next one is Paramexer. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Which is very Mexican-like. It's very, you know, like classical guitar. And you know, it's a good song. I mean, I like it, but it's not one of my favorites, even though I play it a lot. I mean, I play all these songs a lot. Not all of them are my favorites, obviously, but I don't listen to this one as much as, you know, the rest of them. Even though I do love this song. All of their songs are fantastic. And the next song, The Woven Web, is probably it's a really good one. It definitely describes the name, especially with like the tapping at the beginning, like it makes you picture like a spider, and then there's a really groovy part later where it sounds like spacey, like womp womp, and he uses like the thumb thing again, and that's like my favorite part of this whole song. But overall, the song is really good, and it's really cool. It's probably the coolest on the whole album, along with Physical Education. The next one is the heaviest song on this whole record, Mind Spun. This song is just absolutely insane. It's awesome. It's so cool. It's really short, but what you get in those 2 minutes that it plays is just insanity. Like, it's nuts. Like, there's this part, I feel like, I don't know where it is in the song, but it's like, I don't know, I can't explain the way he sounds, like, with the guitar, but, just the leads, the riffage, the crazy stuff he does with the guitar is just absolutely insane in the song, and it definitely showcases their metal side, their very heavy side. It's really cool. Definitely check out this song. And the last song that concludes the whole thing is Nafeel, which is a very good mix of beautiful and heavy. It ends the album on a really heavy note with the weird synth and the breakdownish type thing, the chugging. It's definitely a really cool song. Definitely not one that I repeat a lot, kind of like Paramexer, but once again, all these songs are fantastic. It's an awesome record. If I could give this record a 10 out of 10, I definitely would. Check it out. Check out all of Animals as Leaders records. They're absolutely amazing. And this one is just, you know, this one is definitely going to be up there for my albums of the year. Definitely, it's already at #1 so far. It's absolutely amazing. I'm trying to debate whether it's my favorite Animals as Leaders record of all time, even though I feel like Animals as Leaders, the self-titled debut, is the best in my opinion. But this one can definitely get past that. This record is awesome, and it's definitely so far best album of the year, even though there's a lot of really good stuff coming out. And I'll review some of it. So probably today. I have a lot of time today. I'm really glad to kind of get back into this whole reviewing thing. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed my review about that. Hopefully you enjoy the record. Tell me what you thought about the album, if you're gonna get it, if you like it, if you're excited for. What are you excited for this year? What albums are you excited for this year? What is your top album of the year so far? And just tell me what you think. All right, see you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching. If I should give it a rating, I really want to say 10 out of 10, but I guess I'm gonna say like 9.5 out of 10. My hair is so freaking awkward. I don't give a shit. It's about music. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, bye. Tell me what you thought. See ya.